Today's episode is brought to you by Manscaped, the leaders in below the waistline grooming. And shout out to them and their Lawnmower 4.0 that does an amazing job at keeping us feeling nice and groovy, baby. Keeping that hair short. You got to keep the grass low so the tree will continue to show. And when we're talking about the Lawnmower 4.0 specifically, though, man, the cool light feature that it has, be able to turn it on and off. Doesn't matter if it's a lot of light in your shower or not a lot of light where you're shaving yourself at. Either way, you'll have that there for you. Also, it is waterproof, so you can use it in the shower or not. But either way, it is a cool and awesome situation that they have with that Lawnmower 4.0. But as we always do, if we're going to talk about it, we got to be about it. And the only way to be about it is by having a promo code. And that promo code is MOATS. You use that, you get to 20% off along with free shipping worldwide at Manscaped.com. So let's make sure your dangly twins are not scary since Halloween is coming up. Shave it. Keep it looking nice and tight, all right? Manscaped, Manscaped, Manscaped.
Steely Dawn. Tomlin elusive with Austin playing this week. You think this is the week? ? Also, how will he fit in? Saw Canada say he doesn't know how to utilize him.
So it's a couple of ways, man. When he's talking about, in terms of why Coach Tomlin might be very vague or has been vague about Calvin Austin, number one, he's trying to see what is his conditioning looking like, what is his physical state look like, right? He's been out for a long time with the injury. Second thing, it's mentally. How fast has he picked up this playbook? I know Calvin said that he's been around and he hasn't, missed out on anything, but there is a difference between being in meetings and watching tape and actually being able to participate in walkthroughs and running these plays and getting the amount of reps that these guys are accustomed to getting. So that's the other part. And in terms of Matt Canada, when he speaks on how do you fit Calvin Austin in, I know the simple thing is, oh man, put him in the slot, let him run slants, let him run cross routes, let him run fades, and that's all that. Yeah, it sounds super simple like that. But think about it in this sense, right? If you're putting him in those situations and it has to be super dumbed down and simplified like that, what do you think that means for the defender? That means it's dumbed down and simplified for him as well. So when you're talking about how you want to utilize a guy, you want to know, what does he know in terms of the playbook? What does he know in terms of pre-snap movement? Disguises. All right. Are you the point guy in this bunch? Are you the outside guy on the bunch? Are you the inside guy on the bunch? Do you know all three of these routes? What if we need to motion you? What if we need to shift you? Are you able to pick that up on the fly? Because I do not have time for Kenny Pickett to check to you on a hot route. And because you only know how to run slant, fade, and stop route, because that's what we told you to run when we get out here, and now it's actually a blitz and I need to check this route to you and you don't know what the check is, and now Kenny's getting hit in the mouth. I don't want that. So when you're talking about why Matt Canada might be hesitant, that is why as well. It's more than just, can this guy run routes? We're not saying he can run routes or he can't run routes. I think he can run really good routes. I've seen it. They look nice. But absolutely. But when you're talking about, do you understand this playbook? Do you understand these checks? Do you understand when I got to go hot? Do you understand when it's motion? Do you understand when we go hurry up? Because we do not want to do anything to limit Kenny in this offense. We don't want to do anything to add to his plate either. He's already going through enough processing things as a rookie. You think he needs to worry about processing all this stuff? Make sure the protection's set. Make sure he has his read right. Oh, and Calvin, let me line you up as well. That's just a lot. So a lot of this will fall on Calvin to see, how fast he can pick this up. When you miss as much time as he's done, it is a little bit hard at times to make it all look the way it's supposed to look when you first get out there and practice. And that's the other part. He's not just coming into the training camp playbook anymore. It's the in-season portion where they make adjustments. They add on to stuff like that. So we'll really see, what it looks like for him. But I'm sure this week in practice, man, will hopefully be a good one, man, because I'm excited to see him.
Not only everything you just said, but think of one of the 5 players you're going to have to take off the field. It's either Deontay, Claypool, Pickens, Pat, or Najee. Now, you can't have a 4 wide receiver set, but then it goes back to everything that you just talked about. No. Is he ready? Is he more ready than a Miles Boykin? Who else? Or Steven Sims?
See what I'm saying? Because that's what it comes down to. So do you want to run the risk of a Steven Sims who knows the rep, who knows what he's going to do, knows how to do all the window dressing and everything like that? Or do you take him off the field for a guy that you're hoping is going to be able to do that? But he's a rookie. So naturally, what do rookies do? They go through growing pains, right? Consistency isn't always there, right? The same stuff we talk about with every other player that's been out there and the rookies that have been out there as well. It's like, man, you're going to deal with that also. So it's not just to say like he can't play or he can't be out there, but just in giving you context in terms of when you hear the coaches speak the way that they are, that's the type of stuff that they're like specifically referring to.
I think if anything, what you're talking about is more just referring to Canada not being an idiot.
Correct.
Because
yeah,
I felt that whenever I first initially saw his comments of like Calvin Austin looks a little rusty. I'm not sure how to utilize him. I'm like, dude, he's got like a 4.2, 4.3
bro, just
speed.
put him out there, let him run. Yeah, it can't be that hard.
But you're right. Maybe it's a little bit more complex than we think.
Because it's not, like I said, it's not a can he do it, because we know he's capable of it. But it's like, yo, can you do the rest of the stuff that we need you to do when you're out there? Like if I tell you, hey, go out here and run this vertical route, you know, we ain't running too many crazy routes here. This is the Steelers right now. But hey, I need you to go run a vertical. All right, line up in the slot. And Kenny get out here and he's like, man, I don't like this. Look, we checking to a run right here. Calvin, you know what you're doing? Huh? So I got the vertical. No, Calvin, I need you to go get this. I need you to go cut off that safety that's about to walk into this box. You got that? Which one? That one? Oh, no. Not saying that he don't know all this stuff, but I'm just saying if he doesn't, that's a big deal. That's a lot that's going on and it's happening right now. And that's the other part that we kind of forget. When we're sitting here watching it on TV, just think about how much time, right? It's like between that play. Now imagine if the process is, I got to tell you what you're supposed to do. You need to go out here and look at this thing, what you're going to do. Also knowing what you're going to do, but also anticipating what they're going to do as well. And being in tune for anything else that could possibly happen. That's just a lot in about 15 seconds. So yeah.
The timing's weird because we need to activate him soon.
Yeah, we definitely do. He's had, what, a week left? This week? Yeah, next week will be his last week of, right? 21 days, sir. Yeah.
It would make the most sense to start implementing him a little bit in the bye, but again, we got to activate him soon.
I would agree.
I'd rather activate him now and have him be like a dead roster spot for a week or two and then try to figure something out at the bye.
Yeah. As long as he's healthy.
Not have him for the rest of the season.
Yes.
If he's because healthy, that speed, dude.
Yeah, if he's healthy, you activate him, and what you do is you try to see if you can find one of these guys that are at the end of the roster that you could bump down to practice squad and try to play that game with those guys. So then that way he still maintains his roster spot until he gets up to speed. Because we're not saying that he's never going to play this year. No, we're just simply saying that he's only been practicing for a week with the team right now. A week of practice. It's different. That's all. And when you're talking about not in the sense of like when we look at our outside linebackers and because of injuries, guys are having to play, we're healthy at wide receiver. We've seen the productivity of wide receiver. So it's not just, do you want him up? It's like, who are we taking off to put him out there as well? So, yeah.